Choose Views is about pragmatic, progressive conversation with a bit of smash mouth talk. Tune in 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. Monday through Friday on WCPT, Progressive Talk.
Hi, my name is Audra Wilson, and I'm the President and CEO of the Schreiber Center on Poverty Law. You can visit us at www.povertylaw.org. Hey, cousins. Now it's time for the Family Meeting News.
I'm Michelle Peltier. Here's what we're following on the Family Meeting. All 135 graduating seniors at a majority black high school have been accepted into college across the nation, with several receiving full-ride scholarships. Every senior in the class of 2026 at South Bend College Prep Charter High School in Illinois, which is about 88% black, received college acceptance letters and a combined $54 million in merit and need-based scholarships. This marks the 13th consecutive year in which every senior at South Bend Prep achieved 100% college acceptance. Students collectively earned more than 1,300 college acceptances from institutions nationwide. 7 received full-ride scholarships from California Polytechnic. I practiced it so much and I got it every time except when I'm on the air. State University, while 3 received full-ride scholarships from Washington University. In St. Louis, several students in the class also made history across schools' prestigious programs in academics, athletics, and the arts. Yay!
Shout out to Blondine Davis.
Okay, yay. Mayor Brandon Johnson joined community leaders and residents on Chicago's West Side to break ground on the Blocks Together Community Plaza, a project aimed at fostering healing, wellness, and community-driven development in West Humboldt Park. The plaza, led by local nonprofit Blocks Together, will serve as a permanent space for violence prevention efforts, youth and arts programming, cultural events, food distribution, and resident-led organizing. The site is located at 3713 West Chicago Avenue. A nonprofit that supports asylum seekers will cease operations this fall after 3 years of helping migrants in Chicago. Catherine's Caring Cause was founded by Sisters of Mercy Pat Murphy and Joanne Persh. The two dedicated their lives to immigrant rights and founded the nonprofit in October 2022 after being contacted about an asylum-seeking family of 6 from Sierra Leone that needed housing in Chicago. The nonprofit was formed in response to the many thousands of migrants bused and flown to Chicago starting in 2022 with the 2 founders' deaths. Catherine's Caring Causes Board has decided to cease operations in November. Please visit our webpage, tfmradioshow.com. You can subscribe and follow us on Fanbase, Threads, TikTok, Spoutable, Blue Sky, and Twitter. Also subscribe and follow our YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook channels. To view us live when we are on the air, you can also listen to a repeat of this show every Tuesday on WARRradio.com, 1520 AM, 103.5 FM, where North Carolina comes to listen. We'll be right back.
Family Meeting cousins, as you know, we've created a Patreon Family Meeting subscription and membership page to include you great listeners in our effort and give you a chance to very economically promote your business, organization, or local event. You can contribute as little as $5 per month to get your message out and support the Family Meeting as a viable voice. We know you appreciate our permanent interest dialogue, get up and dance playlist, and our great guests who stop by. So become a cousin and go to our website, tfmradioshow.com, and click the link.
This is motivational speaker and author Dan Duster, author of the great selling book, Peaceful Selling, Easy Sales Techniques to Grow Your Small Business. I listen to The Family Meeting.
My name is Charles Hilson with GBG Insurance at www.gbgins.com. I listen to the family meeting.
Welcome to the galactic headquarters. I got it right today. The galactic headquarters of the family meeting, y'all. It's family meeting time. I'm your boy E. That voice you heard earlier was that of Michelle. Michelle, thank you so much for the news.
You're welcome.
Grab your phones, find us on social media at all the places Michelle mentioned. But also be sure to visit the website, tfmradioshow.com. Archive broadcasts are there. Music playlist is there. A link for the live video of this broadcast is there right now, tfmradioshow.com. While you're there, be sure to mash the button to become a patron for as little as $5 a month. You can help us stay on the air. That's tfmradioshow.com. In the space shuttle cockpit controlling everything is the retired porn star we all know and love. No. That is Bobby Longstroke.
Devin! My son, Devin.
With his sidekick, his driver, Curly Top Paul. That's right, my friend.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Curly.
Oh, my goodness. I got questions today, Michelle. You ready for this?
Oh, my goodness. I'm scared.
A game show host kind of thing going on here today. 773-763-9278 is the number. 773-763-9278 is the number. Ooh, I'm glad it is 80 degrees today in Chicago.
Yay.
Yeah, because we get tired of the winters around here, man. So y'all out there butt naked in the streets because it's 80 and wilding out.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Happy day.
Ooh, so I can't decide if my questions that I just conjured up here. I've been actually thinking about this for a couple of days because I thought, okay, this is good questions to ask our cousins. Yeah? Mm-hmm. Yeah?
If you say so.
Oh, yeah, because I watch things and I hear things, and I think these things sometimes present themselves. And I'm always kind of a contrarian when it comes to the questions that we ask our society.
I would have never thought that.
Really?
Thank you for explaining yourself.
That's why your chair's low down.
See, you always got to get personal.
Just,
Just go ahead.
Sarcastic ass. No, I like the question that, why is your neighborhood this way? And my retort is, why is your neighborhood that way? Mm-hmm. Right? It's,
Those are great questions, though.
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. I think that it gets to the core of our society, I think. And so I got several questions, and they're not even really related.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. I heard one of those talking heads on television this week. They're on television every week,
You say so.
The talking heads, I mean.
I don't know.
You do have television. I told you that this week. They were asserting what we tend to assert here in progressive circles is, why do these people vote against their best interest? Mm-hmm. Right. You hear that too, don't you? Mm-hmm. Right. You wonder the same thing, don't you?
Not anymore.
Really? Why not?
I don't care.
That's it?
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
Okay. That's actually good to hear that you don't care, because I didn't care either.
You never care, though.
Never did. Never did care. But
you don't care right now either. You're just asking the question.
I don't care. I don't care. I wish them the worst, actually. But here's the thing, though. There is, for intellectually curious people, there's some science behind this.
Is there?
That you can apply across, at least there's scientific questions you can ask, right? Human nature type questions about who they are, what they do, that kind of thing. That I don't care about them.
May I ask you a question, though, before you finish?
Well, hell no, you can't ask me a question. Okay, go ahead.
Are we wanting to know so that we can change their behavior?
No,
or we're wanting
to
know because we want to ask, because we just want to know?
You're skipping way ahead. Because, as usual, you think I'm going somewhere that I'm not going. For Christ's sake. They vote against their best interests, right? And so there's science behind people who, so somebody drops a bowling ball on their foot. Mm. How'd you do that? Or let's say that you were walking down the street and you ran into a pole. Aren't you curious? What was your dumb ass doing where you didn't see that pole coming? Aren't you curious about that?
It depends on who it was that hit the poll.
Okay, that's a different layer. I'm with you there.
Okay.
That's a different layer. Yeah, but could it be the case for these people that we don't really care about anyway? Could it be the case that they are voting their best interest?
Right?
Right? So to say that they're not voting their best interest would imply that we know what's best for them.
Or that they know what's best for themselves.
Well, I mean, they might know what's best for them. Maybe they think what they voted for is best for them.
No, they're voting to keep things away from other people that will also result in them not getting the same thing.
Right. They're voting so that other people can't have something. But if you were to ask them, are you interested in quality schools? Maybe the answer is no. I'm not interested in having quality schools.
The answer would be yes.
Well, apparently not. They're voting not to have quality schools. If you look at where they live, the outcomes educationally for them, they're among the poorest in the entire country, arguably in some places in the world.
Right, but what did we learn from the civil rights movement?
That's a really broad question, Michelle.
Based on what we're talking about right now, we learned that they will sacrifice their own.
See, I think we're saying that wrong, though. I think that they're not looking at this as I will sacrifice my own education. I think that they're thinking I'm not interested in having good education. Maybe that's the case.
Oh, that's pretty bleak.
For us, who wants education, but for those who are not interested in it, it's absolutely their thing. Who needs education as far as they're concerned?
Well, then if they don't, never mind.
Right? Or if you look at red states, for instance, they're among the worst Republican-led, conservative-led, right-wing states. The worst educated people, worst health outcomes. Keep on down the list. The worst of all that stuff. They have a tendency to produce less revenue than they consume from the country. So they're a drag on the country. Is it at all possible that that's what they want?
I guess anything is possible, but why would they want that?
Okay, but you're talking like a person who wants otherwise.
And why are you sounding irritated with me?
Mainly because I'm going down this path because I think it's interesting to explore the psychosis involved with somebody who's decided for themselves that in education, healthcare, and all the other social ills that I suffer from because of how I vote are not important to me. Dental. They clearly don't care about dental. Snag-a-tooth ass. They don't care about dental. Pollution. They don't, or COVID. How about that? Yeah, vaccines. You don't have a healthcare facility within 3 hours of you. Yeah, I'll drive 3 hours. Who needs it? Maybe that's what they want.
Or could they be really just ignorant about what they are or are not voting for? Maybe they don't know that those are the results of that vote.
That's from the mouth of a person who's intellectually curious. If you're not intellectually curious, though, maybe that's what you want. Maybe that's their thing. So when I was listening to this guy talk about using the phrase voting against your best interest, for some reason it just came over me like maybe, first off, who are we to tell them or to decide for them what's in their best interest? Maybe they have a good handle on what is in their best interest. And it is not being educated and not having quality health care and paying too much in taxes. You go to Texas, for instance, and I think they don't have an income tax. Correct me if I'm wrong, in Texas. But they got tolls all over the highways. Every 2 damn miles, you're paying a toll. My son lives in Dallas, and he avoids the tolls. He takes the streets. It takes him longer to get to work, but he avoids the tolls. There's so many of them. So maybe it's not our place to decide what's in their best interest. Maybe that assertion that they're voting against their best interest is not correct. That they are voting in what they perceive is or that they want. You're frowning. Your eyebrows are furling. You don't like that, do you? Because it's stupid, right?
Well, because how could you vote against? How could you not care about education
Do you
and
understand
healthcare?
stupid people?
Stupid people don't understand stupid people. No.
So my first question is do we think that they're voting in their best interest? They are voting in their best interest, and it's just contrary to our best interest. See, you can't get out of your box. See, you can't think big. You can't do that, can you? You're a little bitty thinker, aren't you?
What did you just say?
I said you're a little bitty thinker.
And you kind of just got on here and got really hard with it the second time, didn't you? I am not a little bitty thinker.
Little bitty thinker. I don't really care about you throwing things at me. Maybe their primary permanent interest is to not have what we perceive as better outcomes.
Then what?
Careful now how you ask this next question, Michelle. Don't try not to apply your logic
All right.
to this.
Okay. I have no question then.
There you go. There's a way I want to explain to everybody today because, again, I won't give financial advice on the air. But I want to tell you, I promised somebody that I would explain the primary way that rich people avoid taxes. So I'll do that after our next break. Here's another question. And I got one more following that, too, that I'm going to leave to carry over the break, okay?
Wow.
And I've asked this question before, and I didn't get I think people struggled with the question and thus the answer. So, because I can ask the question a couple of different ways. Like I can say, for instance, how much money is too much money? But that's not the right question. I could also ask how much money is enough money? And I don't know if that's necessarily the right question. I think asking either one of those questions requires some level of context. Because too much shouldn't be the right word.
Sure.
There's no such thing. I don't think there's a such thing as too much money.
I do.
Well, that's you applying your values. And I agree with you because I have one too that I think is too much. But I think for the purposes of a society, we can generally agree within proximity how much is enough for you to sustain yourself, right? And there's limits. There's the bottom limit and there's the upper limit, right? Mm-hmm. On the bottom, food, shelter, clothing, the essentials in life, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So that's the enough number for our society. Mm-hmm. Then there's the number that is in the billions, right? So, if you've got $1 billion, most people can't perceive of $1 billion, having $1 billion. And what does it mean for you financially in our society? It comes almost invariably with an 800 credit score, unless you're just out there like your boy, stiffing people and running up bills. But so, borrowing money is not a problem if you got $1 billion and having a home and cars and educating your children and healthcare, that kind of thing kind of comes with it. But, then it becomes $2 billion and $5 billion and $10 billion. And okay, so I think inherent in the question is how many houses are enough, how many cars are enough, how many vacations are enough, how many jets are enough. Those kind of questions kind of fall under that, right? Go ahead.
Not for me. No, I think for me, because I don't care what you do with your money in regards to that. What bothers me about people with this money is how they try to affect the rest of our lives through using their money to alter government, using their money to alter space travel, stuff that affects all people that they shouldn't be a part of, I don't think.
Well, I agree with you. I think that's a secondary question, though, right? Once we can collectively decide that around here is enough at the high end, then we can talk about the influence that money has.
Okay, and so what I'm saying to you is I don't care about what I don't think that the amount of the houses and all that, I don't think that matters.
Well,
I think the secondary question matters.
It does, though, because it informs tax policy.
I see what you're saying.
Right? So at a certain level, this is enough. You can continue to make that kind of money, but we're going to tax everything above what we've deemed as enough. And I'm real open with that word, okay? Everything above that, we're going to take it back up to the tax rate that we enjoyed during the FDR years, where everything above $1 billion, let's say, is taxed at 70%.
But let me ask you this, Eric.
So you still get to keep 30%, by the way.
Right. But let me ask you this. And don't you still, no matter how many houses you have and boats, and don't you still have to pay tax on those? It's not the tax. They're not taxing the earned income. Or no, they are taxing the earned income. So the houses, the condos, and all of the property, they still have to pay taxes on that, right?
Well, possibly. Possibly. I mean, property taxes on your home, that kind of thing?
Yeah, they're not exempt from that.
Well, and I'm talking mainly about income taxes, but you're right. You're going to pay some taxes. I mean, to a degree, when you're paying money to the state, it's almost always a tax. If you're paying a toll, it's essentially a tax. If you're paying a tariff, it's essentially a tax.
Right.
Although you give it a different name, tolls and tariffs. So I'm going to ask my third question after we hit the break. Huh?
Okay.
All right. I'm making you think a little bit today?
My head hurts.
There's something else going on there with you. All right, y'all. The number is 773-763-9278. Stay tuned for more of the family meeting.
I notice you only move with a chosen few. Irreplaceable. What's up with insatiable you? I never figured you for the quiet type. On the down low, the low profile type. I always thought you was a rah-rah mama. Stirring up crazy confusion, causing drama.
Hi, this is Valerie Simon-Edison. I am on the executive board for Women's March Illinois. Keep listening to the family meeting.
Cause if I don't, it's gonna haunt me. Your word up, you got me thinking you want me.
The law office of Darnell Lyles is ready to help you. Whether it's personal injury, criminal, DUI, and OWI, nursing home, product liability, it doesn't matter. Call 219-939-9-LAW. That's 219-939-9529. That's right. When you're driving and get into a wreck.
You better call Darnell.
Had a few drinks too many? A cop hits you with a DUI or OWI?
Think you better call Darnell.
Arrested and facing criminal charges, misdemeanor or felony?
I think you better call Darnell.
Purchase a product that causes you or a loved one harm?
I think you better call Darnell.
When your loved one is neglected and abused in a nursing home?
I think you better call Darnell.
That's right, you better call Attorney Darnell Lyles and get represented right. And the first consultation is free. Yes, free. So call right now. 219-939-9LAW. That's 219-939-9529. Attorney Darnell Lyles. Darnell Lyles.
Calling all valued members of the American Veterinary Medical Association, or AVMA. Your future retirement goals can be achieved. Introducing the AVMA Retirement Plan. Tailored to meet the distinct needs of veterinarians with streamlined administration and reduced burdens. Vets enjoy unrivaled benefits that include service provider oversight, knowledgeable expert investment guidance, and delegated fiduciary services. Veterinarians who use this plan can say goodbye to annual retirement plan audits and annual retirement plan tax reporting. Veterinarians, you can enjoy retirement your way with customizable plans to suit your practice's unique structure. From eligibility to vesting schedules and more, elevate your retirement provider oversight. AVMA's specialized plan. Learn more by sending an email to polaris@polarisadvice.com. Secure your veterinary legacy starting today. Email us at polaris@polarisadvice.com. Securities offered through LendStreet Financial, LLC, member FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through Polaris Wealth Management, LLC. Polaris Wealth Management and LendStreet are not affiliated.
Hey Chicago, are you always on the go? Take the new Shy 311 app with you to find the information that you need, submit non-emergency city service requests, and much more. Download the new Shy 311 app, built with Chicagoans for Chicagoans. That's Shy 311 on the App Store or Google Play, or check it out online at 311.chicago.gov. Stay informed with Shy 311. It's your gateway to Chicago services.
Child grows up to be somebody that just loves to learn, and another child grows up to be somebody you just love to burn. Mom loves the both of them. You see, it's in the blood. Both kids are good to mom. Blood thicker than the mud. It's a family affair.
This is Steve Casey, the MacArthur Foundation. Welcome back to
It's a family affair.
773-763-9278. I like Sly's voice in that song.
It's nice.
Yeah, wow. That is heroin. That's what that is.
Is that what that was?
Oh my God, it's a family affair. Yeah. Yes, got her. Died last year. Sly died last year, I think, right? Yeah. A radio DJ decided to get into the music business. Crazy.
He did the right thing.
Yeah, there's a special. I think it's on Netflix. Have you seen that one?
I saw the first part of it.
Yeah, Sly's a bad boy, man. I don't think he gets enough credit for his funk, man. 773-763-9278 is the number. Okay, so let me ask my third question. And so this is one of those questions that I've asked before, and still think. I think you're the biggest culprit, by the way. You can't. These questions require you to think outside of. I shouldn't say require you. I'm asking you to think outside of your normal box.
And you're saying I don't?
No, you have a hard time with it, at least. you struggle with that, right? Well, when I ask the question, watch what I do. Watch what happens to you, okay? Okay? All right? So who would you like to see run for president? Who would you like to see run for president the next cycle? And listen, contextually, let me tell you why I'm asking it. I want different kinds of answers. Many times people answer the question by saying who they think they can win, or who they think is next in line, or who makes sense. And I'm asking to open up the landscape. Anybody who you think would be a thinking person, a person who can consume information and make the kind of decision, the kind of fair and equitable and useful decision that serves the country. Anybody, in or out of politics, in or out of business, that would be a really good candidate. Not who we think people would vote for. Because I know that could be two different people, right?
I think it could be more than two.
I mean, but it can be different persons.
Right? But
who we think can win isn't necessarily
right.
who we'd like to see
all
the time.
I know.
Okay.
I hear you.
All right. And I've given my answer before, so I don't need to do that again.
Yeah, you should do it one more time.
It's Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Oh, that's right.
I think he's a thinking person. I would love to see him in a briefing with all the experts and they give him all the data. He's the kind of person that you can observe to consume information, to do his own reading and understanding, research and understanding, and come to a really reasonable, scientific style decision. I think he's the kind of person that I'd love to see run for president. So do you have anybody, Michelle?
I have, off the top of my head, when you first said it, I thought of the Georgia guys, Ossoff or Warnock. I like both of them. I think both of them would do a great job.
What about somebody outside of politics? Anybody come to mind?
I have to. No, I don't. I can't think of anybody right now.
How about somebody who you know well, like is a friend of yours that you think would just be a good president?
No.
So all your friends are raggedy? They wouldn't be good presidents?
No. What I'm saying is, I have a lot of respect for that office, even though the people that are in there now do not. And I don't think it can be just anybody, no matter how smart they are, how much I care about them, how much they care about the world. I don't think anybody's suited for the job. Just because you can do it doesn't mean you should.
Well, I can't disagree with that, but do you think Rich would be a good president?
I think Rich would be an amazing president.
But he didn't come to mind, though.
No, he did not.
Right.
Because
we're talking about the black Asian dude, by the way.
Because he's changing the world right here. I feel like he could do more here.
You're in that box again. Now you're in the box.
I'm not. I think he could do. Look, the president can't do as much as we think he can. There are people around the president, whatever.
No. Because if I said whatever, then you're in my behind. So it's
that's true. I would be.
Okay, so it's or her.
Okay, whatever.
Okay, I'm gonna do that next time.
Or her.
I'm gonna do that next time.
Or her. You know where I am when I'm saying I am going to get an attitude with it because you know where I'm coming from when I say that.
You didn't say her.
Yes, you do.
You said him. You said him.
I know I said him because we haven't had a woman. It doesn't look promising to have one anytime soon.
Mm-hmm.
Not that it's not possible.
Rich would be a good president.
I said yes, but I do think that there are people that can serve in different ways, in bigger ways than being the president.
That's why I said that's box thinking, I think.
You know what? If I don't agree with you, it's box thinking.
No,
that's the way you think.
Case at all.
Yes.
No, because
it is.
Because the default for almost everybody is to pick somebody currently in politics.
Okay, but why isn't that a natural?
It is natural, and I'm asking people if you could pick anybody on Earth.
Well, DT wasn't in politics, and look at where we are.
He's a really bad example.
Well, he's an example, though, and he's there, and he's destroying everything.
Okay, but Neil deGrasse Tyson's not in politics. Would he be good? We
don't know, Eric.
Can you speculate?
He's smarter, that's for sure.
Can you speculate?
But I don't know if he'd be a good president. We don't know. What are you basing that knowledge on? That he's smart?
That he is a strategically thinking person.
Okay. But can he strategically think for millions of people?
Can John Ossoff?
He's got a better start than Neil.
How so?
Because he's in the bowl.
Okay, that's what I get through saying to you. You pick somebody in politics.
You need some familiarity with it.
Are you saying that the job requires familiarity with politics?
I do.
So reading it and understanding it is not enough. You have to have had the job before in politics.
I think that you can start and go in degrees. I don't think that the first office a person should run for who's never run for office before is president of the United States.
Why is that?
Because you don't know nothing.
So George Washington ran and never had been in office.
Oh, my
before.
God.
Right?
He was the first one, though.
Right.
So there was no precedent for it.
Right.
So we're both right.
No. I think your assertion that you can't do the job without having political
I didn't say
experience.
you can't. I say you have better odds if you have some experience.
I don't even believe that.
Well, that's on you, dude. Great. Fantastic.
What makes that person who is a politician or is in politics now better?
I didn't say that. I said you have to have some familiarity with what's going on. I said you can run for anything, right? But I have a problem with somebody who comes straight out of the gate and wants to be the top and have had no experience, doesn't understand the process really, just decides, I've got this much money, I've got this big of a following, I can lead the country. And I disagree with it.
So JB did it.
For governor? I didn't say there wasn't exceptions. I'm just saying it's
that's
not.
what I'm asking you for, see?
Okay.
You got nobody.
No.
You don't even know anybody.
I wouldn't say so. I mean, I have people I've got several women in my life who I think would be amazing. Yes, but.
Like who? First names only if you don't want to tell me who they are.
Okay. I have two. Carla, Carol.
Carla, let's go with Carla first. Why Carla?
Because she's brilliant, one of the smartest people I know, and she's passionate. She's compassionate. She cares about people.
You think she could handle a daily briefing?
No, you mean like handled it in terms of the questions and stuff? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. How about a cabinet meeting?
Oh, for sure.
How about diplomacy, speaking with other heads of state?
For sure. For sure.
You laugh.
I just hope she's not listening to me because she's screaming at the TV now.
We don't know who she is. She'll be okay.
She's screaming at me.
She'll be okay.
She's screaming at me.
Yeah. Speaking to the American people. Would she be good at that?
Yeah.
How about campaigning?
Oh, yeah. She was the kind of person when we were young, she could walk in a room and everybody would look at her because she had this energy. She still has it, actually. This energy that was, made you look.
There are a lot more aspects to the job of being president, but those are kind of the core, aren't they?
Somewhat.
And she can handle those. Right?
Yeah, she can.
She'd be good at it. You think she'd be good at it?
Yes.
You think she's listening? That's why you're saying that?
No, because do you think anybody can do your job?
Yeah.
Anybody?
Yeah.
And they can do it as well as you?
Yep.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. Then never mind.
You were getting ready to make a point?
Yeah, I was.
What's that point?
You nixed it all out.
What's the point?
That everybody can't do your job.
Well, okay.
You can attempt to do it. Anybody can attempt to do it, but that doesn't mean they can do it.
Yeah, well, not everybody for sure. But.
And you can't come in and have no frame of reference for it and be successful at it. You have to know kind of what to do, how to do it, why to do it, right?
I don't think that the job of president, there's no training program.
There's no training program for any of it, but it's the top job.
Well, yeah, I got that. I know that too, but I'm saying there's no training for it. It's an inherent skill. You ran through the skills that Carla matched up with well, which seems to me like she'd be a great president. Yeah? No?
I can't.
Get out of your box now. Get out of your box.
It hurts.
Why?
To get out of the box, it hurts. I can't say. Like Carla, Carol.
We're on Carla now.
I know, but they're kind of equally yoked. I just don't. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. I'm gonna keep going back to it.
Though.
I said just because you can does not mean you should.
Right. But if you can, then you should.
Why? No, why?
Why shouldn't you?
Because everything looks easier if you've never done it before.
Oh, so she couldn't handle it.
I don't know.
You just said she could.
I don't know.
You just said she'd be good at it.
Based on the questions that you asked me, yes, she could. But I don't really know. She doesn't know if she'd make a good president.
Nobody knows.
She would think she could be a good president, but she doesn't know.
Nobody knows for sure.
Right.
But in terms of having the core intangibles, just the ability to be a thinking.
A lot of people have those qualities.
Absolutely. Everybody's not suited for it, but you said she was.
Lots of people are.
And she among them.
Yes.
Which
among lots of people.
I'm trying to bridge the gap between you describing some of what I listed as some of the essential components of the job and her being a good president. Am I not? Is that bridge not there? I know the whole thing about she may not want to. She probably shouldn't. They may not receive her well. All those other intangibles. But in terms of the core skills and abilities, you seem to indicate that she has them.
They're not. I'm just saying a lot of people have them. I'm not quite sure.
We're talking about Carla now.
Yes.
Carla has them.
Yes.
So I'm trying to see if there's a bridge between she has these core components and thus she would be a good president.
Well, don't you think DT has those core components?
I think no, because he lacks the intellectual curiosity. He lacks the ability to speak to the American people.
Well, the American people, many American people would disagree with that. They believe that he's speaking
we're talking
truth.
About Carla now. Carla has
Well,
that.
I have to understand it in order to do this with you.
But Carla has it, though.
Yes.
Okay, so if somebody, Carla or whoever, has what we just talked about, then can the assumption be made that that person would be a good president?
No.
Okay, let me ask the question a different way. If those core characteristics are in place, can it be assumed that this could potentially be a good president? Potentially be a good president.
Okay, potentially.
So that's the basis of my question. Who would you like to see? Who would be a good president? Because you need something different at this point. Completely different. Something that doesn't exist in either one of the parties right now. Somebody that's willing to kick the furniture over that can speak to the American people and change things.
Leslie Jones.
How about that? She kicked the furniture over. Mm-hmm. She would kick the furniture over for sure. Yep.
Ooh, that hurt. That was hard.
I know. Because you can't get out of the box.
You live in the box. You just act like you don't.
I don't.
Yeah, you know, not being in the box is in the box.
I'm trying to get y'all to think different about this thing, man.
So what end?
3 questions are these people actually voting in their best interests? How much money is enough? And who would you like to see run for president? The number 773-763-9278. Stay tuned for more of the Family Meeting.
Good afternoon, Chicago. My name is Timothy Hicks, Marine Corps vet. Keep listening to the Family Meeting.
Do you own a business in Illinois? Are you aware of the new retirement plan requirement that could impact your business? Listen up, this is crucial information you don't want to miss. If you're a business with at least 5 employees and have been operating for 2 years or more, Illinois law now mandates that you provide a retirement plan. But don't worry, we've got you covered. Polaris Wealth Management can be your professional partner in navigating this new landscape. We specialize in helping businesses just like yours establish affordable retirement plans that meet your needs and keep you compliant. You may avoid penalties as high as $500 per employee by acting now. Our team of seasoned professionals will guide you through the process step by step, making it easy for you to set up a 401k, a simple IRA, or another qualified retirement plan. Visit our website at polarisadvice.com for more information or shoot us an email at polarisadvice.com. We're here to help you provide your employees with the retirement benefits they deserve while safeguarding your business from potential fines. Don't let these changes catch you off guard. Contact Polaris Wealth Management today, and let's work together to build a better retirement future for your employees and your business. Visit polarisadvice.com or email us at polaris@polarisadvice.com. Securities offered through Lion Street Financial, LLC, member FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through Polaris Wealth Management, LLC. Polaris Wealth Management and Lion Street are not affiliated.
Do you have a pain that won't cease? A health issue that's not getting better? It may be time you visited Health on Earth Wellness Centers. With over 20 years experience, 4 Chicagoland locations, and patients that range from 2 months old to 93, Health on Earth Wellness Centers are fully prepared to meet all your chiropractic needs. We have state-of-the-art facilities in Crestwood, Tinley Park, the South Loop, and Naperville. Don't let being healthy be your last resort. Make it your first choice. Make an appointment today at healthonearth.org. That's healthonearth.org.
Itsashort.com. The website is itsashort.com, spelled ITSASHORT.com. We are the best designation on the internet for award-winning short film, video, and web series. Artists are from all over the world. They are award-winning from various festivals, but you can find us at info@itsashort.com, customer care at itsashort.com, and we'll get back to you straight away.
This is Miss Renee King out of Philadelphia. I want for you to give me a call on area code 215-222-4209, and I'm calling in reference to the music business. Thank you.
Hey, how you doing? Sorry I can't get through. Why don't you leave your name and your number, and I'll get back to you. Hey, how are you doing? Sorry I can't get through. Why don't you leave your name and your number, and I'll get back to you. Once again, it's another rap bandit feeling it.
This is Melanie Martin Ware, Howard University alumni, class of 1990. Welcome back to the family meeting.
773-763-9278 is the number, 773-763-9278. And, yeah, 3 questions. Now, this is the part where you struggle, just like Michelle did. You struggle to answer the damn questions. You add in a whole bunch of facts and situations and talk about reality and stuff. We ain't on reality right now. We're on speculation and fun now, right? Bozo. Let's pick Bozo the clown. He'd be better than the dude you got right now, wouldn't he? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so real quick, as I promised, how rich people get around paying taxes. Here you go. You ready for this? You ever notice, Michelle, how many of these people are stocks, these rich people are paid in stocks? Mm-hmm. They get big stock grants. They get granted stock. They own stock in their company, like blah, 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 blah.
That's how Elon got Twitter, right?
Well, he used his stock value to buy Twitter, yeah. But this is what they do, and it's embedded with banking rules and tax laws. Ready? It's called, I forget the phrase. See there? So anyway, you get stock, right? There's a phrase we use in the industry for this. You get stock. Let's say you get $100 million worth of stock. And so you work for a company that pays you $250,000 a year, but they give you $100 million in stock every year. And you think, well, what's the stock worth to me? Well, you can borrow against your stock. You know this?
No.
Yeah, in the industry it's called margin, but it's basically borrowing. Just like you do a mortgage, you can borrow against your stock. So if you have $100 million in stock, you can get at least $50 million of that borrowed. Sometimes more, depending on your credit. So you essentially have gotten $250,000 in salary that you're paying taxes on. And you've got $50 million in cash to do whatever you want to. Buy houses, buy yachts, buy cars, buy vacations, so on and so forth. And every time they give you more stock, you can borrow some more. And here's where it gets tricky, right? You can look this up. It's called the Step Up in Basis Rule, STEPIN Basis, BASIS rule. It's an IRS rule. And I'll explain it to you with an example. If I were to buy $100,000 worth of stock, and that stock appreciated in value to $150,000, stick with me, Michelle, okay? and I sell that stock, I have $50,000 in gain, right? You follow me? I bought $100,000 in stock. It appreciated in value to $150,000.
Okay.
And then I sold it.
Okay.
So I have $50,000 in gain.
Okay. Yes.
I have to pay capital gains taxes on that $50,000.
Okay.
Right? If I buy $100,000 in stock and it appreciates to $150,000 in value, and then I die, my children inherit it at $150,000. They don't pay taxes on the gain. It's called step up in basis. The basis of your stock purchase, the basis of your purchase is stepped up to the amount, the value it was when you died. So, in other words, you can get stock all of your career. You can borrow against it to buy your entire lifestyle and then give it to your family, and they never pay taxes on it.
Do you have to pay taxes on the stocks?
Never.
Oh, so
sell it.
that's a. So if you sell it, you have to pay taxes on it.
They just never sell it.
They just keep trading it.
They just keep owning it.
Owning it. If they cash it out,
they pay taxes on it. That's selling it. Cashing it out is selling it.
So when is it real money?
It's real money to them because they borrow against it. And you don't pay taxes on the borrowed money.
Because it's a stock.
Because it's a loan. And it's at preferred rates. It's nominal rates of interest you pay on this, but usually the stock growth outpaces the interest you pay on that loan. So that's how they get around it. That's why you see them accumulating huge sums of stock. That's why you see them getting terminated from companies and walking out the door with hundreds of millions of dollars of stock. That's the same as cash to them because they just borrow against it and never pay cash on that, never pay taxes on the cash that they borrowed against that stock. And then their children inherit it at the next level.
Why is that a thing?
You're in America. That's how they do it. That's how they avoid taxes.
So you're saying in other countries they tax them on it?
I don't know the tax code in other countries. That's how they do it. I think it's like grant, borrow, and die. I think that's the phrase that people use. Grant the stock, borrow against it, and then die. And you never pay taxes on any of that. So versus taking $100 million in income, you take $100 million in stock. And it's tax-free, basically.
But if you borrow on the money, if you borrow on it, you're getting money, right? The borrowing is money. Do you have to pay taxes on that?
No.
You don't have to pay taxes on the money you borrow against?
No.
So there's no taxation on this whole situation at all?
There's some implied taxes on the stock grant itself. It's a term called constructive receipt that you have to contend with, but it's nominal.
Well, implied, what does implied mean? That it's implied, that it's not real?
It's way more than a discussion today, but there's some minimal stocks in there that they're willing to pay.
Well, that's why
it ain't the same as getting paid as if you got paid $100 million in income. It's different. It's an imputed value in the stock that they use for taxation purposes.
Cassandra, he's not going to give, but Cassandra wants to know, do you pay taxes on the dividends of your stock?
You pay taxes as income on the dividends from your stock, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes they'll grant themselves different kinds of shares, though, that don't pay dividends.
Meanwhile, us regular folk are taxed out of the yin-yang for everything.
Yeah, baby. Yup.
Wow, that's pretty messed up.
Look it up. Especially look up step up in basis rule because it really applies to all of us. I'll give you a good example. If you own your home, let's say your mother, this for all those listeners, if your mom is alive and she owns her home.
Mm-hmm.
If your mama bought her house in 1955 for $25,000, right? Mm-hmm. And now she's 80 years old and the house is worth $200,000. And oftentimes what we'll do is we'll switch the house over into our kid's name when we're alive. Because you enjoy step up in basis too. So if your mama bought it for $25,000, it's worth $200,000. If she sells it, she pays capital gains on the difference. You follow me?
Well, but also if the house is paid for, you still have to pay taxes on it.
That's property taxes. That's different. That's not even the same rate as your income taxes. We're talking income taxes now.
Okay.
So if you bought it for $25 and it's worth $200 and you sell it, you're going to pay taxes on $175,000 in gain, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you bought it for $25 and then it's worth $200 when you die, your kids inherited that $200,000.
Mm-hmm.
So don't switch mama's house over to your name. Let mama die with it.
And she just puts you in the will.
And you inherit the house at the new basis.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody enjoys step-up in basis. A lot of people make the mistake of circumventing it and losing out on it by transferring property around. Don't take over mama's account. Don't do none of that. Let her die with her assets, and you inherit them. As long as it's got to be the right kind of asset, by the way. It's got to be stock or houses, appreciable assets, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm going too far now because I'm getting into financial advising.
I know, you've gotten the curiosity of people.
Yeah, well, I promised somebody that I would explain that. They said, you should say that on the radio. People need to know that. Okay, so now you know.
Yeah.
I ain't saying no more about it.
Okay.
Email me if you want to know more. info@tfmradioshow.com. info@tfmradioshow.com. I'll tell you more about it then and how it may apply to you. Step up in basis. Know that. Know that. It solves a lot of problems for people, knowing that. That's how rich people get around taxes.
Yeah.
They do it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
All the time. I've been in the room when they do it.
Aren't you one of them?
No. No, not one of them. Not tall. Not tall. Okay, so we got to do news, don't we?
I guess so. This was kind of newsworthy, though.
I don't think so.
I do.
I don't think you know.
You don't know.
You don't know either.
Whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, whatever. Okay, the calls are next. They are.
We got a lot.
Yeah. You think so?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
So.
I don't know.
You can't see him?
I see him calling down.
Yeah.
Right. All right, y'all. The number is 773-763-9278. Michelle's got news. Stay tuned for more of the Family Meeting.
This is Sue Myers, founder of Indivisible South Suburban Chicago. Keep listening to the Family Meeting.
Polaris is introducing a way for you to get empowering financial advice, save and plan. If you are like a lot of people, you'd like to work with a financial planner, but don't know if you earn or have enough to invest. Save and Plan will allow us to work with nearly anyone from young professionals to retirees looking to travel the world. Save and Plan is simple. Just sign up to save on a systematic monthly basis, directly from your account, and gain access to a planner and our planning services. Once you sign up, Polaris gives you a customized financial plan, a real person to speak with, and information to help you make good financial decisions. Your dedicated planner is just an email or phone call away. Save and Plan offers empowering advice for everyone. Visit us at polarisadvice.com. Call us today at 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. That's 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. Save and Plan, empowering advice for everyone. Securities, insurance, and advisory services offered through FSC Securities Corporation. Member FINRA. SIPC. Insurance services offered through Polaris Insurance Agency, Inc., which is not affiliated with FSC Securities Corporation.
This is Miss Lady B, La Boricua. Now it's time for the Family Meeting News.
Welcome back. I'm Michelle Peltier, and here's more of what we're following on the Family Meeting. Venus Williams is set to return to the French Open for the first time in 5 years. Almost. I ain't mad at her, though. For the first time in 5 years, continuing one of the most remarkable late career runs in professional tennis. Tournament organizers confirmed that the 7-time Grand Slam singles champion will compete in the women's doubles draw at the 2026 French Open alongside fellow American Haley Baptiste. The pair secured direct entry into the tournament through their combined rankings. Williams, 45, will not compete in the singles competition at Roland Garros this year. Her last appearance at the French Open came in 2021. Her return to Paris comes just months after she made history at the Australian Open earlier this year. Williams became the oldest woman ever to compete in the tournament's main draw after receiving a wild card entry in January 2026. The 2026 French Open is scheduled to run from May 24th through June 7th in Paris and will feature a 128-player singles field alongside doubles competition. Go Venus! The University of Chicago has announced a major expansion of its undergraduate financial aid program, promising free tuition for students from families earning less than $250,000 annually, starting in autumn 2027. Under the new initiative, students from families with incomes below $125,000 in typical assets will also receive free housing, meals, and coverage for additional fees. The program significantly expands the university's existing commitment to need-based loan-free aid. According to the university, it already distributes more than $225 million annually in undergraduate financial aid, a figure that has doubled since 2011. The first students eligible under the new initiative are expected to enroll in fall 2027. And finally, Tennessee Republican House Speaker Cameron Sexton has removed all 24 House Democrats from every standing committee and subcommittee, retaliating against the caucus for protesting a special session redistricting vote that split the state's only majority black, majority Democratic congressional district in Memphis into pieces. Sexton sent a letter Tuesday to House Minority Leader Karen Camper, citing what he described as decorum violations, including Democrats locking arms in the front of the chamber as Republicans voted to pass the new congressional map, distributing earplugs to members and using prohibited props and noisemakers. Sexton provided no proof that protesters in the gallery received payments, despite claiming in the letter that they had been paid. The suspension of the Democrats will last through the end of the year. Tennessee is just buck wild right now. Please visit our webpage, tfmradioshow.com. You can subscribe and follow us on Fanbase, Threads, TikTok, Spoutable, Blue Sky, and Twitter. Also subscribe and follow our YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook channels to view us live when we are on the air. You can also listen to a repeat of the show every Tuesday on WARRradio.com, 1520 AM, 103.5 FM, where North Carolina comes to listen. We will be right back.
This is Chicago's Progressive Talk, 820 AM, WCPT Willow Springs, and online at WCPT820.com, where facts matter.
Hey, Family Meeting cousins. As you know, we've created a Patreon Family Meeting subscription and membership page to include you great listeners in our effort and give you a chance to very economically promote your business, organization, or local event. You can contribute as little as $5 per month to get your message out and support the Family Meeting as a viable voice. We know you appreciate our permanent interest dialogue, get up and dance playlist, and our great guests who stop by. So become a cousin and go to our website, tfmradioshow.com, and click the link.
Well, all right. Star Child, citizens of the universe, recording angels. We have returned to claim the pyramid. Partying on the mothership. I am the Mothership Connection. Getting down in 3D. Light year grooving. Well, all right. You hear the noise? Ain't nobody but me and the boys. Get down. Hit it, fellas. Child here. Put a glide in your stride and a dip in your hip and come on to the mothership. Loose booty, doing the bump. Hustle on over here.
Hello, this is Drunk Ass Adrian. I listen to the Family Meeting.
Yeah, they're doing the loose booty, baby. Doing loose booty. You don't know nothing about that kind of funk. What? Woo! Star Child, baby.
Yes.
Star Child.
Yes.
Do the loose booty. Something about music, man. Something about music. You know what? We need a musician as next president. You think so? Prince would have been a good president. You're in the box still. You're still in your box, ain't you?
I don't think a lot of people would have been able to handle Prince. I don't think Prince couldn't have done the job, but I don't think people could have handled him.
Who cares? Wouldn't he be a great president? It'd be a hell of a concert at the White House every weekend, man. Woo, woo, woo. The good president?
I don't know.
Dr. Funkenstein.
Don't know.
George Clinton would be a good president.
Yeah.
He'd be doing the loose booty up in the White House.
If that's what you think makes a great president,
oh,
then
my
fine.
God, it would be hot.
It'd be something.
It would be hot. It'd be better than what you got now.
Anything's better than we have now.
That's what I'm saying. I'll take this. I'll take the funk all day long. Because funk heals. You understand?
Oh, you think so?
Funk heals.
Okay.
And that only moves, it removes. You dig?
Okay.
I'm just saying.
All right.
If you you can't get out. What?
Am I not? I am.
You can't get down with this, man. I don't care what you think. That's funk. That's funk. It's religion. Funk is religion.
Is anybody saying it isn't funk?
You're kind of implying that.
I am not. You just.
I think you are.
Your receptors are so off kilter.
I think that you don't know that you are that way. I think you don't know. You're a defunker. You're a defunker. Yeah, take a deep breath. You need that because you're a defunker. That's what happens with you defunkers. You don't know you're a defunker.
Can't stand him.
What?
Well, all right. Star Child. Citizens of the universe. Recording angels.
You ain't ready for this, man. You're a defunker, Michelle. I'm just letting you know that you're a defunker.
Sticks and stones.
Sticks and stones?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you think?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you want to do it that way.
I really have no other way to deal with it right now. It's time for me to go. Peace out, y'all. It's been nice. It's been good. It's been really fun. Yeah. I'm out now.
You just got through with the news, Michelle. I can't do that. Okay, so just so y'all understand, we've got a fairly intellectually curious family here with some really, really violent exceptions. You know who they are.
Yeah.
So see if y'all can stick with it today, right? Just go out on a limb today. Be broad thinking.
Think
today.
outside your box.
That's not how I talk. You see. Maybe they're actually voting in their best interest. Maybe they want poor outcomes. Maybe that's what they want. They prefer to have an imbecile in the White House. We love it that way. Maybe that's the thing. And I'm not being facetious.
No, I know. I think that they like him because he seems like them. So if they think that they're imbeciles and he's an imbecile, then yes, that's why.
Okay, that's a little deeper than I expected. But okay, that too. But to the core issues, good health care, damn that. We don't need that. That's not important to us. Good education, all that book learning stuff, who needs it? Maybe that's who they are. Maybe this is their permanent interest to do this. How much money is enough money? I don't want to talk about the low end. I want to talk about the high end. It's enough. And I'm not saying that everything above that number you shouldn't have. You should have as much as you can earn. I'm talking about in terms of how it informs public policy. Do we tax money above that number at 60 or 70%? That's where I'm headed with that. And who would you like to see run for president? Anybody, not just somebody who you think can win. Anybody. Dream for a second. Right now, Carla's got my vote. Is anybody else?
Yes, but we have Carol, we have Michelle, and we have Trina.
Carol, Michelle, and Trina must have called her and said, hey, what about me?
No, they didn't.
They text her. You
No,
just gonna
they
drag
didn't.
your girl?
No.
You just gonna drag your girl?
No, they didn't.
Okay.
Listen, I'm surrounded by really brilliant women. It's a blessing.
Okay. All right, so who's first here? Were you watching the...
Yeah, I am.
It's David from San Francisco, right?
But then why you ask me if you can see
I just
it?
looked. I just
well,
asked you.
Then why you asked me then?
Because you usually would know off the top of your head.
But I did, but you told me not to pay attention to it, so I don't.
One day, man.
So why don't you?
One day. One day.
You're going to knock my block off?
Just saying, man. To the moon, Alice.
To the moon.
David, what's up, man?
Hi, David.
Yeah, how are you? You know, I'll take the bait on how much to tax the super rich. I don't know if you're familiar with a financial scandal. You remember the 2008? We had the big subprime scandal, and that was after the 8 years of George Bush Jr. He had so ruined the economy. We ended up with the subprime scandal. And that crashed the economy so much that that year Obama got elected. Well, the crooks in the Department of Justice that were left over from the Bush administration refused to prosecute those subprime scoundrels. I think there was only one banker that actually went to prison, but they stole the homes of 40 million people who were trying to buy their houses, and they stole their houses, and only one banker ended up in prison, and all of those deeds ended up in mysterious hands. And that was sort of the beginning of Airbnb, where all of these mysterious deeds, the houses started getting rented on a nightly basis, and people couldn't find a house to rent because so many of these deeds were passed over to mysterious entities that they were just hoarding the houses, and they created the homeless problem, and they created a whole lot of strife during the beginning of Obama's administration. And when they didn't get prosecuted, the same crooks, they went on to create a scandal called the LIBOR scandal, LIBOR, and it was the London Interbank Offer Rate. And when you looked at the value of the entire world, you know, all the copper in the ground, all the copper pulled out, all of the aluminum, all of the fish in the seas, all of the bridges and infrastructure of cities and countries around the world, the entire world was valued at about $24 trillion. But the LIBOR scandal was the interest rate on everything that everybody had gotten caught up in. And so the interest owed on the $24 trillion was $350 trillion. So I think that's something like 14 times bigger. And so in order to pay off $350 trillion, you would have to fish every fish out of the ocean 14 times. You would have to grow crops, you know, to the degree of 14 times.
Okay. So I want you to get to your point because we got other callers waiting. But I get you. I remember that too. In fact, they use the LIBOR rate uses they base mortgage rates largely on LIBOR.
Yeah, and it wasn't just in America; it was worldwide. So that the entire world got not only shafted, but they got shafted with fake interest rates. Because you know, if you look at it religiously, Moses says that any interest rate is an insult to God. You know, God owns everything, and somebody that charges 1% interest is insulting God. Well, these guys were, you know, to this day, I mean, you try to get a credit card, they'll go you 46%, they'll go you 1,500%. America got used to fake interest rates, and these scoundrels are still seeing to it that those fake interest rates are being paid off or people's lives are crushed. And to the degree, and this is 2008, it was 14 times the value of the entire world. Now these scoundrels are claiming, well, we have to deregulate everything. We have to drop all the pollution laws in order to pay off this fake debt. We have to allow business to get back to business in order to pay off this fake debt. And so I'm basically taking the position that, this old law of Moses was Jubilee. When the money becomes so fake, you just have to cancel all debts. You free everybody from the debts, and everybody gets a chance to start over. It's like playing a Monopoly board, and you realize that so many people are cheating, you just turn it over and start
all over again. Yeah, the numbers, you're right, though, Dave, and we appreciate the call, man. Thanks.
Don't hang up on him. David, do you know who John Fiedler is? Fiedler?
Not offhand. Is he an economist?
No, he's the voice of Piglet.
Oh, okay. Did he do something along these lines?
No, he's just the voice of Winnie the Pooh's friend, Piglet.
I think she's calling you Piglet, man.
No, I'm not calling him. He sounds just like him.
Like
he
Piglet?
sounds. Yes, he has voice.
So I could have another field of endeavor. I could make $1 million if I went Piglet.
You could. I think you could. You sound just like him. I want you to look at it. Look at him. Look up Piglet. The early Winnie the Pooh.
I'd hate to run him out of a job.
He's not with us anymore.
Dave, I'd punch her in the nose next time I see her if I were you. That's what I would do.
No.
You better not call me Piglet in front of nobody no more.
It's a compliment.
She called you Piglet.
It's a compliment with Winnie the Pooh. He's Winnie the Pooh's friend. Okay, let's go to the next
At least she didn't call you Eeyore.
Well, as a matter of fact,
not very
high. My grandmother sewed me a little doll when I was an infant, and it looked just like Piglet. So
see, Piglet's sweet. He's Winnie the Pooh's best friend.
Okay, Dave, thanks, man.
Thank you, Dave.
Yeah. Thanks, Dave. We appreciate it, man. Thanks.
You
Okay,
too.
man. Call him grown-ass man Piglet, man, for everybody. You should have put him on the side. They call him Piglet, man. You sound like Piglet.
If you had a relationship with
no
Winnie
home
the
training. That's the
Pooh, with
problem.
Winnie the Pooh, you know it's not an insult.
You ain't got no home training. That's your
You
problem.
just don't know about Winnie the Pooh.
Oh my God. Okay, so let's talk to Al.
Hi, Al.
Did they call you Eeyore, Al?
Hello. How's it going today?
It's good.
So I have a page of notes here.
Oh wow, good.
But good to talk to you again. I'm already outside my box calling in. But you make comments. Like, are they voting in their interest? For number one, and I'd say that they think they are voting in their interest. They have been told that the health care is better if the way it is in the U.S. They have been told that private education is going to be better. They've been told that pollution doesn't matter. All these things. We have too many people that can be that are malleable and can be manipulated. And,
so you wait a minute. So you think that they think that they're healthy and educated?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they're being convinced that but we have this media monster machine that from the ultra rich that are pulling the strings, and they're on AM radio, they're on TV. You can name them. Fox News, TBN, Daystar Television. One of the big ones is also Trinity Salem News Network. That's one of the big ones too, and they're all on TV. They're all telling us. They're all agreeing with what's going on right now, and they are and those are the people pulling the strings that we have to figure out how to get above their noise, and that's and talking about all this and doing this kind of plays into their game, because we're arguing amongst ourselves and we're not paying attention to the Epstein class and the ultra rich that want us to all be arguing and not figuring out how to get around them. You know, we got to be. We have an election in 6 months. We got to be talking about getting the vote out and coming together somehow. And man, that's just so important. And yes, there are some rich people. You know, you look at Pritzker, you look at Warren Buffett. I think one of the guys, which I don't remember, running for governor in California is rich right now. And they're not perfect, but they have empathy. They have compassion.
So wait a minute. So back up a second then. So back to your original point. So it's your assertion that someone in West Virginia or someplace like that has 3 total teeth in their whole head, they think that's a good outcome.
They're or they're not smart enough to understand.
Okay, this is good though. Having 3 teeth. At least I got 3, right?
They have their community, and their whole community is telling them that they have the right idea, and that includes this, the Christian nationalist TV. That includes the Fox News. They're all convincing people what to think.
Okay, that's fair. Do you want to try to take a shot at the other 2 questions?
Well, enough money is. You have a point there, and we have to just enough money is when people start using it wrong, and there's so many people that are
but hold on a second, man. Hold on, Al. That's a value judgment. Now you can't decide what's right and wrong for people to do with money that they've earned. So wrong, I push back on wrong.
Okay, they can't use money to lie. They can't use money to cheat. They can't use money for criminality.
Yeah, but broke people do that all the time, though.
Broke people do that all the time because they don't see a future sometimes. If we build community and improve communities, they will see a future better. And we will have less crime. And we see that in the Democratic states. We see that in Chicago, even if they're trying to tell us we don't. All of our community organizing, all of our people out there are making it better right now, despite what they say about what's going on right now.
Okay. All right, so how about the last question?
Anybody that has empathy, compassion,
No.
science,
Al, I need a noun. Give me somebody.
Let's give you somebody that says he'll never run. Tom Hartman.
Okay, you said that earlier. Yeah.
Edwin. Any of the hosts that understand what is going on and focus on what's going on. But we just need good people and we have had them. Look at what we did with the Infrastructure Act. We tried to pass H.R. 1, which would have taken care of a lot of the voting rights, but we did not have enough Democrats in there. So I am one of these people that at this point says, vote Democrat no matter who, because we right now we have to get. We just did not have enough numbers because most of our people are good, and we ran into Manchin and Sinema that were not good, but were for us. We ran into Fetterman right now that is not good for us. But we just have to have the numbers in Congress right now, and at that point we can start telling them how we want them to govern.
Okay, Al, thank you, man. We appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
Sure.
Enjoy the weather out there today. Okay.
Will do.
Okay.
Bye.
It's my man Al. He took a good shot at it. I appreciate that. He at the end there, he got the noun thing he messed up, but
it's hard to it's hard. It's harder than you think because you're the one asking the question, but you're not answering.
Yeah. Well, I walk around saying to myself, that dude or that gal would be a good president.
I mean, you'd be a good president.
I think so.
Okay.
It'd be a lot of fun. I bet you that.
It actually wouldn't.
I bet you that. Bet you that.
It would not.
You wake up today trying to figure out what the hell he did. You're going to do the same thing with me. What the hell did he do today? That's fun. Watch.
No.
That's right.
Skirt.
That's right. 773-763-9278. Y'all got to speed it up, man. The lines are full. Stay tuned for more of the family meeting.
This type of vibe gets stronger in time. I won't go on unnoticed. I won't so concrete. Can't hold it. Feel right.
This is Paul Mark Wallace, president of NSYNC Consulting Services. Our website is www.nsyncs.com. Keep listening to the family meeting.
Saga Martial Arts. We're dedicated to preserving the traditions of Shorin-ryu Karate. Our dojo is more than a place to learn martial arts. It's a place to build respect, self-discipline, and confidence. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced martial artist, young or old, we offer a supportive environment for you to grow. Join our community. Embrace the rich history of karate and discover your strength both inside and out. Saga Martial Arts, where tradition meets excellence. To book a lesson, give us a call at 312-927-0184 or send us an email at karateinvillapark@gmail.com.
Hi, this is Michelle from the Family Meeting, and let me tell you about the Villager Gift Boutique located at 2007 Ridge Road in downtown Homewood, Illinois. The Villager is your gift shop for unique, hand-selected, high-quality gifts. The Villager's owner, Valerie, travels internationally to trade shows and fine art festivals to bring a variety of unique, high-quality items, including fine gifts, bath and body products, candles, jewelry, clothing, home accents, leather goods, stationery, gourmet goodies, and so much more. The customer experience is very inviting and ideal for helping you find the perfect gift, especially for those shoppers who are looking for that unique gift for those who are hard to shop for. Oh, and the gift wrapping is complimentary. Shop in person in Homewood, Illinois, or online at thevillagergiftshop.com. That's thevillagergiftshop.com.
Itsashort.com. The website is itsashort.com, spelled ITSASHORT.com. We are the best designation on the internet for award-winning short film, video, and web series. Artists are from all over the world. They are award-winning from various festivals, but you can find us at info@itsashort.com, customer care at itsashort.com, and we'll get back to you straight away.
Joe, think we can do this? And just why you call my name like that? Looking back, reminiscing on, called a brother doing bad, then you put me on. Told me not to be ashamed of what I got. Never mind, I'm hitting up and down the block, baby. Held it down and the bills got paid. She said, go ahead, baby. Go ahead. And when God blesses us, I want a Lexus. With a hideaway mansion in the Hamptons. Away from heaven. Oh, yeah. Many people meet you, came so far. Nothing like the ordinary woman. Nothing like the ordinary weekend inside my heart.
Hi, this is Jeff Lee, Eric Wood from HU. Welcome back to the family meeting.
Yeah, y'all, 773-763-9278. Okay, so the lines are full here, so apparently we either piss somebody off or we piqued your interest. One of the two. Either way it goes, we can't have no sermons today, y'all. No sermons. So get it in and let's move on, okay? I'm going to let Michelle be the boss of who's next. How about that?
You know, it would be nice if we had these conversations before we were on the air. How about that?
It's all impromptu.
That'd be
Why
great.
Why would we have a conversation before for an impromptu show?
Oh, come on. Roosevelt! What's going on, Roosevelt?
Roosevelt, man. There's a crackhead in the studio today, man. What the hell? What's up, Roosevelt?
Hello, family.
Hey, man.
Hello. I tuned in late, so I've been tuning in and tuning out because I was watching my Cubs lose to the White Sox, to the mighty White Sox.
Oh, my.
So I tuned in when you were commenting on having experience to run for president, Michelle, and I kind of disagree more with you than I do with E.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Let me tell you why. All bets are off since 2016 when this guy ran for president, because there's only one party left. The other so-called party is a MAGA or MAGA or whatever. Anyway, so the fact of the days of having experience are long gone, because of the simple fact that this creature has left the map, the blueprint on how to run in a crooked, nasty way.
I hear what you're saying, but just because he did what he did doesn't mean that we should continue the.
I disagree with you again. Sorry to interrupt you.
Okay, that's okay.
But I disagree with you again, because of the simple fact that when this guy ran, every time he ran, even though he won, he claimed that the other party had cheated him. So I think there's going to be, in the future, people that are going to do the same thing on the so-called party, the Republican Party, but there is no Republican Party anymore. Mm-hmm. So that's the reason. So anybody could be a president. Now, E, you want a name? Anybody. But the one thing that...
No, Roosevelt, you're not going to do that, man. I need a noun.
Go ahead.
Give me somebody.
Go ahead.
Give me somebody, man.
Okay. I'll give you the guy from Indiana, the young man that's... I can't mention.
Michael Jackson?
What
are you talking about?
No. No, I'm talking about the white dude that's gay. I can't pronounce his last name. Buttigieg. Yeah, he'd make a great president. But then again, you guys are missing the point again. And the last caller made a good point, and he mentioned the word Democratic Party. So he would have to run under a Democratic Party, because there is no other party. That's my point. You said all you said, Michelle, but you never mentioned anybody or anybody that you want, E, to be mentioned on the show, but you didn't mention the fact that he has to run as a Democratic Party, because there is no other party.
Eric doesn't believe that, though.
No, I don't believe that at all. I think that you can. I think that the right candidate can run as an independent and win.
Oh, I don't think so. I mean,
that's a problem all by itself, though, isn't it? If the two parties have locked everybody out, qualified people out from running for office, that's a problem all by itself.
Mm-hmm. And what would make you think, E, that an independent, no matter who it is, would beat the Democratic Party? When the Democratic Party right now, we have young people that are busting their butts, especially down there in Texas with Crockett, with the Mexican American guy in Houston.
Yeah, but
also,
see, Roosevelt, the trick is not to win Democratic voters. That's not the trick anymore. And the last two elections have proven that to us. It's the 90 million people who don't vote. You have to have an inspiring character who can get some portion, if not all of those people out. And that person wins, because there's more of those than anybody.
Well, what about this, E? What about the independents? Doesn't the media concentrate on the in-between, meaning the independents shift and make the winner? What about that space?
That's true, too, but the independents did shift this time. The problem was not the people who voted. It's the people who didn't vote. You have to have a person who can inspire the people to come out and vote. Who's the most popular person? Who's the most popular person on earth?
But, E, if I may, can I say Kamala Harris would win?
I don't think she would.
As a Democrat?
Listen, you know what?
Kamala.
It's Kamala, right? And if she took the position that you and I believe in, if she said, yes, we have to tax rich people, if she said, yes, we're going to get universal health care, if she started saying things like that, any candidate who did that, if she started talking about reparations for those who've been wronged, if she did all of that, she would inspire people.
Do you know what the word reparations mean? I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Do you know what the word reparations mean for the white people? You know that.
Hell yeah. I know what it means.
That's a turnoff for white people. And you have to have the majority of the people.
Most white people vote for Republicans.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's not about winning them over. It's about getting the black vote out and the people who didn't vote out.
And how do you get the knuckleheads in the Latino community to vote for Kamala Harris.
It's a 50-50 game. It's half of Latinos voted for Republican, the other half voted for Democrat. It's the black people and it's the people who didn't vote that are the difference.
Okay. Can I correct you on this one?
Sure.
It's the black women that have always voted the majority in this country.
No, it's the black men, too. Black men voted 80% for Kamala this time. So it's black men, too.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you got a point there. But, again, I think that an independent, it would be very hard.
Yeah, hell yeah, it'd be hard. But it's hard to run for president, though. You got to be that guy or gal. You have to be that person. Look at Mamdani in New York. He went out and said the thing that we've all been saying. And he won. There's no way in the world that a guy like that should win in the framework that we look at politics these days. There's no way in the world.
And he didn't care. To your point, and he didn't care about what the media said. He didn't care about anything. He focused on what his motive was going to be as far as running.
Yeah,
he focused on the people.
He focused on the people.
Yeah, he focused on the people. Exactly.
And right is right. No matter how you do it, right is right.
And thanks for the slave. Thanks for the slave, by the way.
Anytime. All right, take care, Roosevelt. Take care.
You might want to explain that to people who don't understand.
Slave was the name of a group for the song I played.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So listen, I'm gonna get to you guys now, but you gotta not give me a sermon, okay? Because I think I'm gonna go ahead and blow through the breaks here and get it all in. Let's get. Oh, Kenesha's calling. Kenesha, what's up, girl?
Hey, you're giving out all these equations, mathematical. I have a challenge for you. Are you ready?
Think about no equation. What you talking about? You smoking weed again? What you doing?
No. You were talking about percentages of this and that, and I caught in your earlier monologue.
I did a monologue. How about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Now listen. If I have 1.5 cubic feet of mulch, how many bags do I need to cover 700 square feet?
Okay, Kenesha's been smoking weed again. She's asking gardening questions on a radio show today. Why are we doing this? I don't know. I can't figure that out. My guy does that for me. He figures that out.
Well, listen, you sounded so intelligent earlier, spitting out all these calculations and stuff. I thought maybe you guys could help me out with that.
Listen, I can tell you this. I can do that math. I just can't do it on the fly. So if you email me, I'll answer it for you.
I cannot.
I'm serious.
I bet you are. And you've been smoking weed, too.
And listen, let me answer your questions. And I might not get it in order. Hillary Clinton would have made an excellent president. Okay? Ta-Nehisi Coates?
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. He would be excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't pronounce his name. And then we have to educate to liberate, okay? We are all being held hostage by the least amongst us. So there's no victory, really, until we get them educated. Now, I think the motivating factor this go-round is gas prices and high groceries, okay? So once people that normally don't pay attention keep, having temper tantrums and seizures, about the prices, then they're ready to listen. That's a captive audience right there. So we just have to get the message out with educating how your gas prices travel to Trump via the Iran war.
Iran.
He wants to do it. And via he wants to do a ballroom. I mean, this man is sick as hell, and he wants to get this. He's suing the IRS, and when they make a settlement deal, the money he's going to have them pay, will be a slush fund for all the January 6 people that can apply and say they were wrongly convicted because of Biden.
That's right. That's because they don't hold white dudes accountable in this country. It's not what they do.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
And so this is the squeegee that they really got themselves into by voting for Trump this time. Everybody's getting a little pinch.
Yeah, there you go. Kenesha, I appreciate you, girl.
Thank you.
Okay.
Don't forget to send that email.
Don't encourage her to do that.
You said you told her to.
She skipped over it, though. Damn. Cassandra, what's up, girl?
And then why you tell me to do it and you start doing it?
Michelle's bothering me, Cassandra. She's bothering me. Can you come get her?
Hi, girl. What you doing?
Hey, Michelle. I am actually sitting doing a jigsaw puzzle while I was listening.
Good for you.
Yeah. So I'm going to answer your questions, Eric. People do vote in their best interest because a lot of them have a one-issue vote. When the Roe v. Wade, that was a one-issue vote.
You're right.
And no matter who was running, as long as someone says we're going to get that challenged in the Supreme Court, they would vote for him. They would have voted for the Cookie Monster.
Okay, so
but
never mind.
I have Eric vote.
Never mind. I only have 3 teeth in my whole head. I'm going to vote on Roe v. Wade.
No, listen. I'm so glad that she brought that up because she's absolutely right. I remember when I was working with the state treasurer. I'll make it really quick. And he was running for governor. And we would go to these union rallies, and there were many union men, especially, who said that they would not vote for him because they cared about abortion. Union men, and they were only voting Republican. So she's absolutely right about that.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, thank you. So now, how much is enough money, taxes and all? I think a graduated amount so that as you get higher in the billions, probably cap it at 50%. Because if you're worth $500 billion, that's $250 billion that comes back to the U.S. Although we need to audit the government to see where all this money is really going. So that's another problem. In terms of who I think would be a good person for president, Eddie Glaude.
Okay.
Professor Eddie Glaude, I think.
Princeton.
Because I think you need someone who can keep track of the history and keep it clear and not let it disappear and not let people forget everything that was involved with securing the voting right when we did get it. You know, even up to the point where Lyndon Johnson is saying, I don't have the power. And then once the Selma march on the Ed Pettus Bridge was shown, just how violent it was, simply because people wanted to vote for their representation. Suddenly he had the power. So I think we need someone who can articulate the issues that have been in the past, that still face us, that would face us in the future if we don't get our act together.
That's a good choice. Eddie's a thinking person, so I like that. That's a good one. Yeah, I think you're my favorite Cassandra today. Tomorrow I can't promise you nothing, but today you're my favorite. Okay?
I'm going to be the same Cassandra tomorrow, so.
Not in his eyes.
We'll see about that.
And when you talk about mortgages, children inheriting their parents' house, transfer on death, execute that at the time of the sale. Your basis for the property value, you pay nothing.
That's right. Step up in basis. Yeah. That's the rule.
We did that with my mom.
There you go.
Yep.
Cassandra verified it for me today, so she's my favorite Cassandra today.
Thank you, Cassandra. We
Thanks,
appreciate
Michelle.
you.
Thanks, Eric.
Okay. Take care.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay. This is Alvin. He says he's back. Alvin, what's up, man?
Hi, Alvin.
Hey, I'm back. I'm back in the Windy City. I'm back.
Okay. Were you in jail? Were you in jail? What happened?
Well, kind of, sort of. I was in Mississippi.
Oh, that's like jail. That's right. That's like jail.
Kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
But I was working, so, you know. And, man, I went down because my baby brother was ill. And there were there were 4 of us. So I was the oldest of 4. And now it's me all by myself.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
But, Michelle, what were you talking about? You don't like George Clinton? What was that?
No, Alvin, you're not hearing my voice. You're only hearing Eric's voice. That's not true. I love them. No.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't listen to Eric.
I was thinking you grew up in Geneva like my son did.
No. We good.
And spoiled it.
No. We're good.
We used to send him to Mississippi so he could see how good he had it. How good. And that little Negro still came back and was doing the same stupid stuff. Hey, perfect example. He grew up in Mill Creek, which has like 3 golf courses, right? We're the only black people on our cul-de-sac. As a matter of fact, the only black people was on a block. And he got a Crown Victoria, booming system, all the stereotypical stuff. And you could hear him coming from a mile away. He had the car was straight piped. So it's like, you know, like that, right? Mm-hmm. This little Negro does donuts on the golf green.
Not on the green.
No. But right in front of our house.
Of course. Yeah.
Right across the street. And it's like, I don't know if I was coming home from work or what, but I know the chick on the block, on the corner called the cops, right? So I pulled in after him. He pulls in, I pull in, and then here comes the cop, right? And it was like, we had a report that somebody was doing donuts on the golf green. And I was like, okay, well, Mr. Policeman, I am not a detective, but let me borrow your flashlight. Because if there's grass in the tread, then he was doing donuts. He borrowed his flashlight, boom. I was like, you stupid. I can't even say it on TV, on the radio. I was like, man, and then he got cuffed and put in the back seat. I'm like, man, I ain't never got arrested. And I was like in my 50s. But that I got a DUI back in 2020, so that record is gone.
So you did get arrested?
I did, but that was in 2020.
Okay, so it don't count when it's before 2020?
No, it don't. And you know what? The way I got arrested.
Wait a minute. Did you or didn't you get arrested?
I did get arrested.
You said you didn't get arrested.
No, I didn't say I was. I was talking about Mississippi. I'm talking about here.
Oh, okay. So where you are getting arrested makes a difference.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
okay. Trying to figure out the rules here.
This was in Glen Ellen. So
we've gone to 5 different places.
Okay, Alvin, hold on a second, man. You done got way off topic, man. What you talking about, man?
Hey, I'm trying to get everything in because y'all, you run short of time.
You can't get it into now, man. You got to spread it out, man. Listen, you got to answer my questions, brother. Answer my questions, okay?
What's that? Okay. Ask again. Ask again.
You pay attention. Come on, man. Okay, I'm going to ask you one.
I'm 65, man. I'm 65.
That ain't no excuse.
What does that mean? What does that even mean? Come on now.
Okay, Alvin. Who you want to see run for president? Anybody on earth that you want to see run for president?
Anybody not named Trump. Anybody.
No. That's not how you answer that question. Give me a noun. Give me a name.
Okay. Well, Prince is dead. Michael Jackson is dead. So my vote would go for George Clinton.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Alvin, that's my
George
man.
Clinton.
All right, go and do some donuts on the golf course, man. Go and do some donuts. Okay?
No, that's my son. I'm not that retarded. That's my son.
Okay, he's that retarded.
We don't use the R word. We don't use the R word anymore.
Call again next week, man.
He's challenged. He's intellectually challenged.
Okay, Alvin, call again next week, man. All right.
Yes, sir. We'll do.
Thank you, Alvin.
Welcome back, too. Welcome back.
I want to be the correspondent in the hood. All right, man. Y'all take care.
Okay.
Love your show.
Love you back, man.
All right, peace.
All right. And we learned about donuts on the. Okay, whatever. Okay, let's go with Frank here. Frank in Villa Park. Hey, Frank, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, guys? If I was going to say anything for President of the United States, we'll never know because it was derailed by the Clinton campaign, Bernie Sanders. We'll never know what could have possibly have happened. He got the young people so crazy into politics. It could have been. It could have been something.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. Now, I don't know who I would pick now. I don't think anybody stepped up. I think Crockett from Texas, I'd rather have her in than anybody else. She seems to be the most boisterous, the most poignant, the person that seems to care about everybody and what's going on. I don't like the Tallarico one. I think he's just, it just points to all the misgivings in our country, why he won out of nowhere. I don't agree with him being the guy. I think she should have been the nominee. And what's one of your other questions, Eric, if you don't mind?
How much money
I'd
is
love to
too
answer
much?
them.
How much money is enough for somebody?
It's let's say $100 million would be quite enough. The examples that we have walking around that could save the whole world with their money. All I'll say is the revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be televised.
Gil Scott
People
Heron.
have to wake up and see that these guys, like you guys, got guys like Josh Hill on the internet going around and giving away money to 80-year-old women who pay $1,600 a month in rent and get $1,900 in Social Security. Elon Musk's not doing that. Warren Buffett, the man with empathy, is not doing that. None of these people are. We need to wake up and see. The last time that there was this much inequality, that was the last time. Or that the revolution came our way. We need to wake up and see that they can give a rat's butt about any of us.
Yeah.
We have to step up. My son just graduated high school today, my 17-year-old, my last one,
Congrats.
and I'm going to stand for him
Congrats,
and
Frank.
everybody else.
Congrats, Frank.
Thank you very much.
Thanks
I
for calling.
love your show. You guys are the best. Thank you.
You're the best,
Thank you, Frank,
Frank's the
so
best.
much. And congratulations on your son's
That's right.
graduation. That's
Okay.
great.
Here's Paul. He must have just finished washing dishes. Hey, Paul.
Hey, Paul, where you been?
Jail? He's been in jail?
No.
Yeah, I was in jail. But they sent me down to the restaurant to wash dishes ever since I did the dine and dash, So
He did a dine and dash.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So you're a felon.
No, that's not a felony, but they only caught me because I can't dash very good. Being blind, I couldn't find my way out. That was my problem.
Yeah. All right, man.
Yeah.
Give it to me, man. I know you got answers to these questions.
Yep.
In fact, I
Well,
think
you
Paul
can't
would be
get
a
it.
good president, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, let me start by solving somebody's problem. If you got 1.5 cubic feet of mulch and you got to spread it over 700 square feet, that's okay. It's only going to be about 2/3 of an inch deep. You don't need to know how many bags. Just start spreading, and that's it. So you're going to have 1.5 cubic yards is going to be 27 cubic feet per.
Stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
Okay,
You're
so-
making my
okay.
stomach hurt.
I
Stop.
love it that he has the answer to
Oh,
the
my
question.
God.
I love that so
Yeah, man,
much.
I'm already solving somebody's problem.
That's
see?
right. Love
Right?
it.
I'm solving somebody's permanent interest right there. By the way, your president, he don't give a crap about your permanent interest. He just said he doesn't think about your financial situation, which is your interest. That's your interest. That's all y'all's interest. Everybody's interest is our financial situation. That's what that means.
Mm-hmm.
Interest means finance, right?
Okay.
But that doesn't mean issues. Issue is what he's all about. He's all about issue and grievance. But when we talk about the difference between issue and interest is what I got to have. Here's what I got to have. How I feel about what I got to have, that's called my issues. But here's the problem. You cannot get an independent third-party candidate elected because until you have a parliamentary system, because
Oh,
you might be able to
Paul. Come on, man.
What?
Who do you want to run for president?
There isn't anybody right now. There isn't anybody. And
Speculate for me. Speculate for me. I'm not asking you who you think can win. I'm asking you who you'd love to see serve as president.
That's what I'm saying. Is I don't see anybody. Listen, this is how we could have avoided. Maybe you said it a couple of weeks ago. How we could have avoided Donald Trump two ways. Number one, if Biden would have run in 2016 like he was supposed to and didn't, he would have won. He would have beaten the Republican. Trump would have never been in that race. And number two, the fact that Biden didn't win opened it up for Hillary hating. And if Hillary would have simply chosen Bernie as her running mate, we also would never have seen the like of Trump. That's because the populism is what was.
Okay, you're avoiding the question. You're avoiding the question. You can pick anybody on earth who you would love to see in the White House. Who would that be? Whether they can win or not is not the question. Who you love to see?
Me.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
You said it.
Okay, so how much is enough money?
enough money for a person to be.
Before we start taxing them at the 50 to 70% rate, how much should the tax?
No, more than that. More than 50% rate. More than that. We've got to go back up to the 95% rate. As the more you make, the more you have to tax, because there shouldn't be. Someone said on the station in the last couple weeks, "Hey, I got nothing against billionaires." I do, and I don't have it directly against billionaires. What I have against billionaires is they shouldn't exist. What a billionaires means is that we have a Congress and state legislatures that don't have the guts.
Wait. Okay, we're running out of time here, man. So $1 billion is your limit?
No, way earlier than that.
Said
How
way
much?
less than that.
How much?
I'd say start taxing at 90% once you're over, for sure, over 50 million. 50 million.
Okay. And so all these people in the South, are they actually advocating for their permanent interests? Do they want low health outcomes and low educational outcomes? Is that what they want?
Yeah, they want nothing. The South has a slave mentality. The white people of the South have a slave mentality. They want to be slaves too. Because look, you cannot have a $38 trillion national debt and still have people who have billions of dollars. Somebody ain't paying their tab at the restaurant, right? I mean, come on.
Makes sense to me.
$38 trillion debt means nobody should have no money in their pocket. Because what David just said at the beginning is the whole worth of the whole world is only net worth is only about $24 trillion, and we have a $38 trillion debt. That means we owe everything about the whole world, and plus we're already into $15 trillion on the interest. So you can't have billionaires. Somebody's not paying, and we've been told that the reason we're in debt is because there's plenty of money, but the wrong people are getting it. That means you know what that means, right?
Yeah. The technical term for that is bankruptcy.
My counter to that argument is that then black people should be richer than crap, right? If they've been getting all this money, look, you can't spend $38 trillion. So if that's who's been getting the money in welfare, then welfare is a good deal, and they should be really, really rich, right?
Yeah.
Because look at the billions. No, you got to look at who has the money that they can't spend, and that's the billionaires. They have so much they can't spend it because $38 trillion you cannot spend.
Yeah.
You can't spend it.
Paul, we got to run, man. That technical term for that is bankruptcy. The country is officially financially bankrupt.
Correct.
That's right. Yeah. Thanks, Paul.
Thank you, Paul. Good to hear your voice.
Okay.
Take care now.
See you. Yeah, so they muddled through it today, didn't they? Muddle through it today?
I thought they did a great job.
I thought they did. They muddled.
I thought they did a great job.
They muddled a little bit, but yeah. We had to drag them.
You just can't be. Can't be satisfied. Happy.
I'm never satisfied.
I do think, though, I can't believe I forgot that one point, the Cassandra point. That's so true. Those one-issue voters, they don't care about anything else. I think that's a big consideration.
It is. I don't care that I have 3 teeth in my whole head.
But I don't want,
Right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And that could fairly be characterized as stupid.
I don't know the person who's not my friend anymore because of the way she voted. That was her issue. And she had an MBA and, worked for a Fortune 500 company as a VP.
Yeah, well, having a good job and having an MBA means that you passed the test. That doesn't mean you're smart.
Well, just telling you. And she has all her teeth.
Does she? And not veneers or something? You sure?
All her teeth.
You sure?
I mean, I haven't seen her in a while, but that vote was about abortion for her.
Yeah, well, good luck to them all. I don't really care about them.
Well, you asked the question.
I did, but, the fact that people are lamenting or running around wondering why they're acting, I'm like, maybe they are voting for their best interests. That's what I was like. Why are we talking about them? And maybe they want it that way. That's where I went with that comment from that talking head.
Oh, that's where it was coming from. You're like, why do we care? Why are we talking about it? I see.
Care.
But then you made us talk about it for 2 hours.
No, I wanted to try to get y'all to the point where you say, yeah, maybe that's what they want. Let them have it then. Let them have bad education and bad health care outcome. Take it. All the ones that threaten to move, for instance, move to another state because Illinois taxes too much. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah.
your little raggedy mouth and go ahead. What do I care? Why are we worried about them? Let them go. Worry about the 90 million people who didn't vote.
Yes.
Worry about them.
I think that's, yeah.
Figure out why they didn't vote. Do that for me. All right, y'all. I'll be damned. That's all the time we have. I want to thank you for yours. For Michelle in the news.
Yep.
For the retired porno star, lovingly referred to as Bobby Longstroke.
My son, Devin.
Tune into the family meeting every Sunday at 4. I am your host, Eric Grant. Peace.
White, listen, seafood dishes, wine cooler, champagne wishes, waterbed head, fine dude with some rich.
The preceding program, The Family Meeting, was sponsored by Polaris Insurance Agency, and to the extent applicable, their guests. The views and opinions expressed therein do not necessarily reflect those of Heartland Signal, LLC, or its management.
NBC News Radio, I'm Scott Carr. President Trump is warning Iran the clock is ticking, advising Tehran in a social media post this morning they better get moving fast, or he writes there won't be anything left of them. Trump writes time is of the essence regarding peace negotiations that appear to be stalled. This after Trump rejected Iran's response to a White House peace proposal as totally unacceptable. The Mountain Home Air Force Base in Idaho is locked down after a mid-air collision of two military fighter jets during an air show. Videos online show the jets colliding before spinning toward the ground and crashing. Also visible in the videos are 4 parachutes being deployed. The status of the pilots has not been released, but no casualties are reported on the ground. President Trump is pulling his support for Lauren Boebert after the Republican Congresswoman campaigned for an anti-Trump Republican in Kentucky. Michael Kastner has that.
Boebert has long been a Trump ally, but the Colorado Republican has recently aligned herself with Congressman Thomas Massie ahead of the midterms. Massie is one of the 4 Republicans who backed a discharge petition calling for the release of the Epstein files. On Truth Social Saturday, Trump called Boebert weak-minded for supporting Massie and asked if there was anyone interested in challenging her in Colorado's Republican primary. I'm Michael Kastner.
The mayor of Austin, Texas, Kirk Watson, says authorities are looking for a suspect connected to at least 10 random shootings across the city. The Austin PD says 10 shootings were reported late Saturday and Sunday with 4 people shot. 2 suspects have been taken into custody and 1 suspect remains at large. Watson says so far there has not been a specific motive for the shootings. Thousands have been taking part in today's Jubilee of Prayer on the National Mall in Washington. A series of Christian speakers and political leaders took part in the government-funded event, part of the official celebration of America's 250th birthday. Scott Carr, NBC News Radio.
This is Chicago's Progressive Talk, 820 AM, WCPT Willow Springs, and online at WCPT820.com, where facts matter.
It's the Democracy, Stupid, with Edwin Eisendrath.
The Oval Office, the inner sanctum of the executive branch, after all, is now draped in gold leaf. The site of the former Rose Garden has been paved over, now dubbed the Rose Garden Club. It's a place without roses or a garden. But located near the Oval Office, it's a convenient spot for Trump's oligarchs to gather while they wait for an audience.
Saturdays at 1 p.m. on WCPT 820.
I was in the hospital with my son for 18 months.
When he got injured, I wasn't prepared, but I knew I had to be strong.
When I was told about John's injury, I was in complete shock. I just remember rushing into his room and giving him a big hug and letting him know I was there.
These veterans and families are just a few of the heroes we serve at Homes for Our Troops. For thousands of severely injured veterans, everyday life is filled with barriers.
It was really the little things throughout the house. Counters that you can't roll up to. I had to drag my wheelchair down steps.
I want to help, but he is so determined.
At Homes for Our Troops, we build specially adapted custom homes with features like wheelchair access, roll-in showers, and automatic door openers that allow them to function independently and focus on their recovery and family.
This house is freedom. It's hope. It's a new beginning.
This house has given me my family back.
To learn more, visit hfotusa.org.
I taught for 20 years until I started forgetting my lectures.
Eventually, he had to quit. Getting his early Alzheimer's diagnosis was hard, but it gave us time to take control of the situation together.
I can't imagine going through this without him.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's.
talk about seeing a doctor together. For more information, visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
There are 1,000 ways to say it.
Nope. Knock it off. Shut it down. Dream on. No dice. Give it a rest. Not a chance.
Or just
all text. You focus on the road.
As a passenger, you have the power to prevent an accident. There are 1,000 ways to stop a distracted driver. Choose one.
A message from CTIA.
Tired of all those talking heads down the dial who think they're always right?
People need to just calm down. It's gotten ridiculous.
Welcome to WCPT 820, where facts matter.
Quite frankly, I get most of my news from you.
This is WCPT 820, Chicago's progressive talk.
The Lightning Strike Radio Show.
Trump Plaza Hotel and Casino, Trump Castle Hotel, Trump Plaza Hotel, 1992, all filed for bankruptcy within a year. Trump
hey, Mohammed, a quick question. Mohammed.
2004. Hang on 1 second, Ken. Let me get my rant out, and then you can join us.
No, I understand.
Trump Entertainment Resorts, 2009.
Wait, how does somebody
the casino industry before the bankruptcies? Now, Ken, your turn.
I'm saying, how does somebody bankrupt a casino?
Sundays at 9 a.m. on WCPT 820 a.m.
This is WCPT 820, where facts matter.
Welcome. Talking Shop with York and Crudy. Welcome.
How you doing?
How you doing, man?
Good.
We got Dealer Dog here with us.
Yes.
And we're recording live for WCPT 820 AM, broadcasting on Sunday nights right here in beautiful Chicago. And York, I got to tell you, it's time to travel, baby.
Yes, it's getting warm out. I think spring is officially here, and, it's time to start bringing out the classics.
It's not like I slow down a lot in the off season, but I do relative to now, because I do nothing but get on the road, man. And I got to ask you, York, I don't know if you've noticed, but the gas prices are kind of surging. How about gas mileage tips? Let's save some people some money today, York. You are the 25-year experienced ASE Master Tech. So come on, man, save me some money. I need Daddy's having a hard time paying for all these road trips. So
yeah, there are so many
gas mileage tips, sir.
There are so many things you can do, and let's focus on the what I think is the main and the most important thing when you ever want to save money, because we know these gas prices are a little high, and hopefully they'll come down. Eventually they will. It's hurting us now, but either way, tires are.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, if you want to save money, less road trips, Dax. So tires, okay. You're always talking about tires. Oh, so go buy new tires.
Tires
are
saving
me money.
They're shoes on. They're your shoes on the road. You got to have good contact. What tires are going to do? They have different materials they're made out of. They have different rolling resistance. The biggest thing is the tire pressure. That's kind of why I brought up tires. Tire pressure. With low tires, you have more resistance.
Low tires, meaning not properly inflated.
Correct.
So I'm going to go pump them all up to 50.
Well, yeah, obviously you have to stay within the specifications of the tires. Now, the maximum pressure is written on the side of the tires, but that's, I think, most people's mistake is they go to the tire and they look at the tire and...
Well, it's written right there on the tire. Why wouldn't I go to the tire?
Right, exactly, and that's what most people do.
Where should they go?
They should go inside the door jamb, inside the vehicle, go by the vehicle manufacturer specifications. I've had customers over the years, even though their vehicle was set up, it happened to be a Subaru at the time, and he was a salesman, and he did lots of traveling, and he would always put his tires at 38. The recommendation on that vehicle, I believe, was 32. Yeah. He wanted 38 because he was meticulously taking care of his mileage, and that's where he got the best performance at 38 PSI. Yes, and obviously...
I'm sorry to interrupt. Okay, so he's monitoring the gas mileage, but is he endangering himself by overinflating the tires?
No, you're staying with the specifications of the tires.
Okay.
Obviously, the manufacturer
wouldn't want to be 138 PSI.
No. Yeah, no, you don't want to have that. Obviously, when you have really low tires, that's when you're going to be having too much resistance. So there's a fine line to get that fuel economy. There is.
Fine lines. Well, there's not too many fine lines. Some blurred lines around here. He's York, and he's our expert. So, York, I've been on the road a lot, and I've been looking for better gas mileage. I got to tell you, I'm not I drive around in a Jeep, and I'm often pulling a trailer, Jeep Grand Cherokee, and the gas mileage with the trailer, not bad. But then when I throw a car in that trailer,
yes,
the gas mileage goes down. And here's something, well, very specific. I was going to say, I've run out of gas a couple times with vehicles on the trailer, but that's pretty specific, probably, you tell me, to the fact that I'm pulling a trailer. I've probably pushed down the back end of my gas tank, and
your vehicle's a little lower in the back.
Myself.
Yes, and obviously you're checking tire pressure again on the trailers because it's all about.
But that could happen if you're pulling an RV, a boat, or something that had enough tongue weight that it was pushing down the back end. Because most people aren't pulling cars around, but a lot of people pulling campers. I see them on the highways every
little
day
trailers,
now.
Dollies, anything like that. And obviously tire pressure. You're going to use a lot more fuel when you pull anything. There's no doubt about it. But obviously the fact that you run out, I saw it and it made sense to me because your vehicle happened to be a little bit low. What vehicle was that on that you ran out of gas? Do you remember?
A couple times I've run out of gas. I was pulling what was effectively a food cart that I had been told was in the capabilities, the capacity, but I strongly think the guy was lying to me. I think I had overweighted relative to my vehicle's capability, and I was going up a hill and I'm pulling a heavy trailer, and all of a sudden my RPM start waving at me, and the thing, basically the electronics, as I'm accelerating, no gas must have hit the motor. I didn't know this at the time. I'm thinking my motor just blew. I just blew the tranny because I'm pulling this oversized.
It's a newer vehicle. You shouldn't have problems like any type of.
I shouldn't, but here I was on the side of the road, stranded, and I paid for like a $1,300 tow because they flatbedded my Jeep, and I was 2 hours from home at the time. I was coming back from Minneapolis, and I live in north central Wisconsin, man. So. And I got to ride with the guy up in the front. Anyways, that was quite a story. But the fuel economy, literally, I was like 1 mile. I was pulling off at the next exit to get gas. I knew I was pushing my luck, but you got a trailer and it's nighttime and you want to keep going as far as you can, put as many miles down the road as you can. And I pushed my luck just a little too far. The yellow light was on.
I was going to say, do you have a fuel light that comes on?
It was like 36 miles, low gas, out of gas.
Well, I see those usually have somewhere between 1.5 to 2.5 gallons once that light comes on, and that should get you where you need to go. Not crossing the flats, though, over there. The salt flats, that's the mistake I made. I ran out of gas in the salt flats because when I hit that, there's miles and miles where there isn't any gas stations, and I was over half tank, but I didn't make it.
It was funny. I ran out of gas at the end of my street. And I had to have my wife bring me the gas tank at the end of the road. And it was nighttime. I don't like driving at night with a trailer.
Right.
And maybe it's because intermittently my trailer lights have given me issues. But I can't see what's happening behind me. And, it's funny because we all drive down the road and we're pretty oblivious to what the other guy's doing. And, I look over every so often. You see the guy's texting as he's driving down the highway or whatever.
Yes.
And you realize people aren't necessarily attentive, but it's crazy to me when someone will pull up in front of a guy who's hauling a trailer with a car on it, get a 1.5 feet in front of their bumper, and then pull in. Yeah. And I'm like, when I come to your back seat, it's going to be 3 cars worth of weight. Why would you do that?
Yes.
But anyways, we got to be aware there's lots of people out there pulling their campers up north. We live in lake country. We're broadcasting from beautiful Wautoma, Wisconsin. This is Talking Shop. He's York. I'm Crudy. York is the expert, and we're talking about how we get a little better gas mileage out there on the roads, and perhaps the fact that people are going to be pulling campers and stuff, and that will affect your gas mileage pretty radically. If I put a camper on, should I be worried about changing inflation? If I'm pulling a trailer, should I be thinking about changing my tire inflation?
Yeah, actually on your vehicle, you should up it a little bit.
I never even thought about that.
Yes.
What should I be doing?
You should raise it a little bit. You'll have to consult your manual for specifics. But I would put it up a little bit because you're going to have a little more weight on it.
Manual?
Owner's manual, however you can get it. There's digital copies of it now.
No, I'm sure I have it. I just bought the car a year and a half ago.
I always recommend people, hey, when you're not doing anything, read your manual because you can learn so much about it. But the other thing about tires,
manuals are for wusses and people that want to learn stuff. But
I call
not
it
Crudy per se.
I usually just figure it out on my own without opening up the manual. But when I really want to know something, but back to tires. And one other thing that you do need to do with your tires, age, look for cracking. You know, this is something I try to teach you early on.
As I'm shopping for cars, that is
tires. You know, we talk about pressure is very important, but then the age of the tire, because if you're going to be out for the summer, how old are your tires? You know, DOT regulations.
I don't even know how old my children are at this point.
DOT regulations are about every 4 or 5 years you should be replacing your tires. You know, especially if they're sitting in the sun, you know, they're going to get weather checked, and you don't want to blow out because that's going to be bad news. So,
well, certainly with the trailer and car on it, I would not want to blow out. York, we're talking about gas mileage, and then I threw in the trailer thought, and now we've pivoted to one of your favorite topics. You reinforced this thought to me, and I know there's a lot of people out there in the marketplace right now. It's convertible season. We've barely seen
car
each
season.
other because I've been on the road constantly, and you're here fixing cars and safetying new cars as they come on the lot. And the most frequent thing I hear is about the tires.
Yes.
So I'm going to slow you down, man, and I'm going to give you the proper what a platform we have for your fascination with tires, man. So now that I've slowed you down and I framed it properly, tell me all about my tires, York. The cracking. I didn't know cracking. You know, I didn't know tires cracked, but apparently they do.
Yes. I mean, that's just an early sign of breakdown with the rubber. And, you know, the main structure are steel belts in the inside of it. You know, and then the sidewall, that's your main structure. Any damage you do to your tire could be if you rub a curb and it puts a little knob in it. Well, that's kind of affecting the structural integrity.
Means what?
Like a little dimple, like you know, you'll see it. It almost looks like a wart on the side of the tire. You know, like
a little road rash on it.
Yes. You know, obviously you want to look for things like that because then there's damage to the rubber. There's no metal on the side. The metal's all in the middle and stuff like that. So,
well, it'll go eventually, probably at high speed on an interstate. So why would I worry about that now?
Well, as long as you're going to be out on the road and you're going to be traveling, you want to keep your family safe and you want to keep everyone safe around you because you don't want to be having any problems. And that goes back to low pressure because low pressure can give you problems, can cause a blowout. It'll cause problems to the sidewall, and then obviously hitting objects.
Low pressure cause because that's
because it puts pressure because then it collapses the sidewall and puts it down a little bit lower. I had an experience here the last couple of weeks. My daughter was navigating through a median and the lane split, but it ended up being the left lane was turned and she didn't want that, and she took a quick right, went over the median, and that impact on the sidewall completely just blew those two tires right out. I mean, I've
seen the video, York. She was moving along pretty good at the time.
But that's what I was talking about, the side structure of the tires. You know, obviously you don't want to be hitting anything at any speeds, but with potholes, I mean, hopefully, have you seen the potholes? Are they starting to get bigger?
Have I seen the potholes? let me say this, and you know, I spent some time in Illinois. I might spend some time in Michigan looking at cars today. I, of course, traveled the great state of Wisconsin a lot. And I was even in Minnesota. I went to Rochester, Minnesota yesterday and picked up a car. So have I seen the potholes? Yes. And I got to tell you, currently, although there's always construction in Illinois, you know it. Currently, I got to say, I am most impressed with Minnesota highways.
Oh.
Like when I'm pulling a trailer, Minnesota's got some flat, well-paved, durable, well-maintained roads.
So they're
better.
They're using their gas tax.
Apparently they are.
So,
Minnesota, I would travel with a trailer in Minnesota at any time.
Over the other two states?
Over
three
three states that I find myself, and occasionally I go to Iowa. Best roads, Minnesota's got the best roads. Best state highway system.
Well, maybe they can collect more gas tax. No, that wouldn't be good. We don't need more tax.
Come on, man. Trump's proposing a gas tax holiday. Even Republicans think that's a bad idea because that would mean they would stop funding the repair of the highways. But anyways, we'll lay off the politics for now. This is Talking Shop. He's York, and I'm Crudy, and we're playing out right here on WCPT 820 AM, and we're recording this live, but it's coming out pre-recorded Sunday night because I'll probably be on the road chasing a car or something about the time you're hearing my voice. York, again, tires, you emphasize this point, but the shoe of the car. I like that. I don't know if I've heard you say that before, but look at my shoes. I'm wearing Chuck Taylors right now. There's no arch support in these.
Yes, my daughter wears the same ones, and I don't get it. But, I'm a little bigger, so I need a little bit more support.
Sacrifice sore backs for a little coolness factor. You clearly don't have that coolness factor.
Well, I was jealous of your winter Converse because they look very warm.
I have Chuck Taylors that are Gore-Tex and are fur lined.
Yes, because
they're my winter boots. Effectively, I wear Chuck Taylors.
It's a little cold up here in the north, so
the north tier. Yeah, like people in Chicago don't know it gets cold here in Wisconsin.
That's part of the north, eh?
I tell you what, York, when we come back, I want to talk some more about car shopping because I've been out there and I've been looking at some cars, and I got to tell you, I have been a fan of both the Ford and Chevy products, and I know there are people that are like, man, you can't like them both. You got to pick a side. And I got to tell you, right now, we got a Corvette in the shop, a C3 Corvette. Took a C4 Corvette on consignment listing. That means someone else owns it, but we have the opportunity to market it. And I've been driving out looking at a lot of Mustangs lately. So that's the Ford product. Corvette versus Mustang. Yeah. I want to talk more about this. On the other side, this is Talking Shop with York and Crudy. Come on back right here on WCPT 8:20 a.m. Hell, don't go anywhere. We're not either.
Classics can help sell your import or classic for top dollar. The professionals at Convertibles and Classics offer a straightforward, flat 10% of sales price consignment agreement, and you'll only pay a fee after a successful sale at a price you've agreed. We utilize major car sites, paid social media, and our website, convertiblesandclassics.com, to sell your car quicker and for more money. Call today, 715-204-7071. At Convertibles and Classics, we love the imports and American classics we sell and service almost as much as you love yours. And we have the expertise to fix your Fiat, Porsche, BMW, Audi, Mercedes, Lexus, your import right the first time. Convertibles and Classics features a 25-year experienced ASE certified master technician, and we're now scheduling appointments for your imports, auto service, and maintenance needs. Next to Culver's in Watoma, call 715-204-7071. Convertibles and Classics sells only the highest quality European imports and American classics. Now at our new location next to Culver's in Watoma. Every vehicle is fully inspected and repaired by our 25-year experienced ASE Master Certified Technician. Our curated inventory is purchased private party and from estate sales, always with a clean Carfax report. Find us at convertiblesandclassics.com or schedule a test drive at 715-204-7071.
Welcome back. Talking Shop with York and Crudy right here on WCPT 820 AM, Chicago's very own. York talking about a couple of new cars and new to me. First time in my life this week I rode in a C4 Corvette. This was a 1994. It's the right flavor, bright red. And, I just feel cooler in a red car. Even just riding in shotgun, I feel cooler in a red car. And the owner of this car, Scott, took me out for a drive, and I went all the way up to Door County to pick this car up from a client. He wasn't able to bring it to me. It is beautiful up there. Sturgeon Bay, technically. I wasn't all the way up on the thumb of Wisconsin. Yeah. But beautiful area for a test drive. Drove past the lake and driving it around. And this was a 1994 bright red Corvette, target top, meaning not the T-tops, but it's almost like the whole top is a glass sunroof, and it comes off if you so choose. Very similar to a Porsche 911 top. It's like an Allen wrench thing that pops them off. He did teach me. Scott taught me these things. And beautiful car, and it's a manual transmission.
Low miles.
6-speed. Oh, also low miles. Yeah, very appealing car, and I think it sits on the curb in good condition. And Scott's done okay in life, worked real hard, recently retired and thinking he wants to be a snowbird and freeing himself of encumbrances. And this just, he can't move if you got cars in storage and whatever. So I think he's freed up lifestyle. But I could tell, he came out and he took pictures of it on the trailer. Like he's people love these cars, and they love them when they buy them. They love them when they own them, and they still love them when they put them on the trailer and they send them on to the next home sometimes. And, I could tell this guy really loved this car. But it was my first experience with the C4. And first and foremost, I want to mention, you've test driven this car,
yes,
right?
5.7 V8. I mean, I don't think I've ever been in a manual. I've driven automatics, but it's very comfortable and it's responsive. I mean, I can see how people like it,
Big gearbox.
Yes, and I can see how people like it. I like to think about cars. Are they fun to look at? Or are they fun to drive? And to me, this is a little bit of both, because it has that nostalgic appeal to it. And then it's got rear wheel drive. I mean, plenty of horsepower. I mean, yeah, it's a nice car.
It's about 300 horsepower.
Yeah.
And I think of that relative to the C3s. And we've got a pretty silver Corvette convertible, a C3